This morning, a quiet stretch of Route 195 in Dartmouth, Massachusetts, turned into the scene of a devastating tragedy. A Socata TBM-700, a high-performance single-engine turboprop, crashed into the highway median, killing both people on board. I'm Eric, and you're listening to the News and Books Channel podcast. Joining me today is Captain Reynolds, a veteran pilot and aviation accident investigator with decades of experience in aircraft safety and crash analysis.
Thank you, Eric. It's always tough to analyze incidents like this, especially when we're dealing with loss of life. But every crash tells a story, and understanding it helps prevent the next one. Here's brief context as visuals roll, Eric. We'll focus on verified facts and what investigators can confirm today, avoiding speculation as details evolve.
Captain, let's begin with what we know so far. Around 8:15 a.m., Monday morning, this Socata TBM-700 went down right on Route 195, landing in the median and bursting into flames. Massachusetts State Police confirmed 2 fatalities, and both sides of the highway had to be closed.
Yes, Eric. The TBM-700 is a powerful aircraft, capable of cruising at over 300 knots and flying at altitudes of 30,000 feet. For it to come down like that, right near a major highway, indicates a serious emergency, possibly an engine failure or pilot disorientation during descent.
Authorities say the plane might have been trying to land at New Bedford Regional Airport, but the pilot hadn't filed a flight plan or indicated how many people were on board. That's quite unusual, right?
It is. Filing a flight plan isn't legally required for visual flights in clear weather, but it's a crucial safety step. Without it, air traffic control can't track your route or provide guidance during an emergency. If this was an impromptu diversion due to engine trouble, that might explain the lack of coordination. Emergency crews secured the median while investigators preserved evidence. Traffic in both directions was halted as firefighters contained hotspots and protected debris for analysis.
Let's talk about the aircraft itself. The TBM-700. It's quite popular among private owners, correct?
Absolutely. The TBM-700 is a French-built turboprop designed for speed and efficiency. Think of it as a bridge between piston aircraft and small jets, fast enough for business travel, yet operable by a single pilot. But with that speed comes a lot of responsibility. It demands precise handling, especially during emergencies.
Has this model had a history of crashes or incidents?
A few, most often involving weather, spatial disorientation, or mechanical failure. In 2014, a TBM-900 went down after the pilot became unresponsive due to hypoxia, and the plane flew on autopilot until fuel exhaustion. These aircraft are reliable, but they're complex machines. One small error can cascade quickly.
So, what might investigators be looking for in this case?
They'll start with the engine. Turboprops like the TBM's Pratt & Whitney PT6 are incredibly dependable, but they can fail due to fuel contamination or maintenance errors. Another possibility is pilot incapacitation or loss of control during approach. Also, the fact that the aircraft caught fire upon impact could complicate evidence recovery. But the NTSB will look at flight instruments, fuel records, engine debris, and any onboard electronics, even smartphones and GPS data. Investigators will rebuild the sequence: pre-flight, en route, approach, and impact, correlating radar tracks, radio calls, witness statements, and any recovered flight data.
Witnesses say they saw flames and thick black smoke immediately after the crash. It's fortunate no cars were hit on that busy highway.
That's remarkable, Eric. If the pilot aimed for the median, he may have been trying to avoid traffic. A last heroic effort. In emergency scenarios, pilots are trained to look for open fields or roads. But landing a plane like the TBM on a highway is nearly impossible without significant damage.
State police said they're still trying to identify the victims, and both flight recorders, the cockpit voice recorder and data recorder, are being sent to Washington for analysis.
That data will be critical. Even smaller private aircraft today are often fitted with lightweight flight recorders. They'll tell investigators what happened in those final seconds: throttle settings, altitude, airspeed, maybe even the pilot's final words.
Captain, these incidents always raise the same painful question: could this have been prevented?
That's the heart of every investigation. We may never eliminate accidents entirely, but understanding why they happen helps the entire aviation community improve, from pilots and mechanics to regulators. If it turns out this was a maintenance issue or a communication gap, then procedures will change. The TBM fleet is well respected, but each crash reminds us of how critical human decision-making is in aviation safety.
It's sobering, the lives lost, the investigation ahead, and the ongoing quest for safer skies. Captain Reynolds, thank you for sharing your insights. That's all for this edition of the News and Books Aviation Podcast. If you found this discussion informative, remember to subscribe for more in-depth coverage of aviation stories around the world. Thanks for listening. Follow for updates and safety insights as the investigation develops. Stay safe in the skies.